All right, July 4th. Wasn't sure I was going to come in, but had a situation in the morning that brought some time in. I actually got up in the morning, did a little bit of work at a nonprofit. They sent me home, and then, not because I was anything but there to work, but not many people showed, so jumped on the Minecraft server for about 45 minutes to an hour, built a great pool by my little old man hut. You know, I'm very easily, whereas everybody else is building some insane things in there, I'm just like, I'll just take a pool in the cabin. Anyhow, if you're here on YouTube watching us, that's because you're just maybe not feeling too hip about the Twitch experience, but that's okay. If you see this video, you've got a Twitch account, but you've never been over, those links are down below. Everybody in the chat, say hi to the YouTube folks. And of course, if you want to support this channel, just support it. The supers, I believe, are lit. And that's it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start with the donos. And so I'm going to be making up some donos here. And then we're going to go to Wheel of Cheese. So I hope you guys are ready for that. The music session's about to start. And I'm going to start off with What to Do the Life. That's the name of that, our member here who's got his first, or our first dono session. This is a, let me see, what is this? This is a, the song is called The Amulet. See? Could you imagine what amulet looks like? And I pronounce it as amulet. This is from a band called Circa Survive. So let's go. Let me switch the scenes over. And let's do this. All right.
Have you kissed the ground in service of the needless, forgotten things found tucked away?
Wow, this is a nice way to start the stream. This is a great little track here. Singing up in that register in that head voice. Loving the back and forth with the guitars, letting the notes ring out, letting the delay and the reverb do their thing. Yeah, I want to talk about that, Snake. I mean, that the guitar work on this is really, really unique. Everything has been very swimmy, a lot of long notes, except maybe right now it sounded like they were going to do a little bit of muted work or maybe something slightly riffy. But I love that it's kind of like pseudo-meandering, I don't know if it's two guitar players. I don't know the band makeup and stuff, but let's just say that it is two guitar players. That they're each kind of holding their own melodic arrangement. It's not just like a backing like chugs and chord changes and stuff. So they have these counter melodies going there. The one unique decision in that is the fact that these are much higher in the neck lines that are being played, and he has a voice that's up there in that falsetto, in that kind of vibe. And also his voice sounds like that is like almost like it's his natural voice. Like there's not a lot of air in that falsetto-ishy voice of his. So maybe he has a high speaking voice. But I really do love what the guitars are doing here and giving us a little bit of that non-keyboard ambient vibe. It's almost like it's clean shoegaze, if there's such a thing. Voice in the background. It's like a power grind voice. Man, that was really something else. I wasn't expecting, let me get to a nice little place, holding page for this guy. Whoops, my bad. This was a really super chill, but it's still nice moving it forward kind of way to get into the session here. Like I said, it had that really unique, I'm only saying it because I don't know any better, like a clean shoegaze kind of vibe. You know, and then to find out that his voice, when I was just making those comments about his voice being kind of this higher kind of thing going on there, that all of a sudden I'm starting to hear this like screaming, vocal approach way deep in the back in the mix while he's still just kind of lollygagging in the video. And then when it kicks in this last little section there, we heard him light it up on his vocals, kind of get it all ripped and shredded and stuff. But Circa Survive. I think I did one of their tracks actually on the Decomposer Lounge. I'm not sure. But cool beans. The Amulet, not Amulet. Amulet. The Amulet. That was a great track. Okay, next up, Gibmeister 1. What do we have here for the Gibmeister? I got to find a better way to deal with this frickin' small monitor I got here. Just stand by here. So let's see here. We have, let's see, from the Gibmeister, this is progressive. The band is Means End. And then it's Leid von Leid, I believe, is the name of the track. Gibmeister, thank you so much for your dono boost, everybody. Let's check this out together. All right.
What will you learn? Like
wonder if this is one of those bands that uses an 8-string guitar instead of a bass, kind of like Animals as Leaders. Thank God for that China splash, keeping us in the zip. Wow, that's a really trippy EDM stab pad back there. Man, that snare. That really super snappy gate on it. Melodic though, so I don't know if this is more metalcore. See, you can hear how they're using some of the padded works here. I love that they end like this. That was a great ending, man. Great artwork too, actually. So yeah, this was kind of like this. This had those nice melodic stretches as soon as they got into the hook. You know, we talked about this yesterday with that other artist, Ollie Steele. How some of these, you know, precision produced pieces of work. Now this is 12 years ago, or at least it was uploaded 11 years or 12 years ago. So I don't know how old this song or album is. But that intense cluster in the background vocals. You know, and it's so precise. It almost seems that it is generated by something that, you know, there are pieces of equipment that, you know, you turn your melody and tell it that you want it split in a major third and everything. I'm 99% sure that it's not. But when it gets so clean and precise, sometimes it sounds like it's triggered backgrounds of that nature. I'm just saying, it's just what my ears does. And I like the fact that there was always a little bit of an ambiance in the background, just always there. You know, the one thing I loved too at the very beginning when the riffage was in full solid mode, you know, I just like to kind of hear how the drums and the bass, or the drums and the riff, are working itself. And so every time there was a that sounds more like constipation when I do it, but was locked in with the kick. So, you know, that marriage with the kick in the bottom end is you know, extremely what it is what it is. Next up from Cycloid, this is a game called let's see, this game is called Deus Ex Human Revolution. Deus Ex, and this is called Hung Hua Brothel. Ooh, you must be Hung Hua to go to this brothel. Okay. So, that's funny because Cycloid had said, this is for your glow blank comment I did a week and a half ago. He thought this would be an appropriate track for that. All right, let's go. Kind of giving me a little of the cyberpunk vibe. Oh, is it? I got lucky. Okay. You have a micro sequence going in the back, and you've got a motion pad happening, so it's very unique. And I like what's considered the snare drum in this trap. It's in your head, but it's not intrusive. Did it cross over somewhere into trance, or has this always been trance? But then when the arrangements come in like this, doesn't it break away from trance, or is that still within that trance, side trance kind of vibe? Good ending. So I guess I got lucky. When it opened up, I kind of felt that cyberpunk kind of vibe to it, not knowing that it was in the cyberpunk genre. And once again, like usual, I get a little confused between rave, house, trance, psytrance, cyborg. I don't know. There's anything that has that 4 on the floor kind of vibe, you know, to me, that just... The pull from that is disco, but obviously this is nothing like it, but it's still that straight, you know, kind of vibe there. I guess it's the elements of pads or how they treat the background. Either if it's really super glitchy, it becomes a different genre. If it's glitchy with a little bit of nice, you know, pads that come in and out, or some gnarly synth zips, if you would, motion synth work, it becomes a whole different thing. Electronica, yeah, I guess Vex, that's, sorry. So many different genres, you know. So, but I like the track. My favorite thing was the things I said earlier about it. You know, I really enjoyed the snare programming in that, and a little bit of the micro using of the sequence and the motion synths that would swim in and out. There was a section in the middle. Where was it? You know, that little sequence, the filtered sequence that was happening there. I think that pushed it more into a gritty, straightforward kind of trancey vibe. That was a unique approach to it. So, cool beans. Next up, Vex. Speaking of which, of course, you're going to give me a band's name where it says Icicles. Testicles. God, Vex. Okay, stand by. Testivesticles. Test. Well, here's your song, my friend. The track is All You Need Is Blood. Great. Testicles and All You Need Is Blood. All right? Fantabulous. Yes, summer is treating me well, and Quado is not giving me enough grief. Let's see. Testicles was a short-lived British rock band operating between 2004 and 2006. They were primarily influenced by post-hardcore dance punk and indie rock, contained musical elements from a variety of genres. Excuse me. Notable dance, hip-hop, crossover, thrash, and punk. All right, guys. This is going to be the band Testicles. Icicles. Oh, forget it. I'm not even going to bother. Here we go.
If I'm a shell, hey, sister, crack me up and then watch my yoke. Run it out into your arms, or at least it would if you had your arms open. For now, I watch you put it spit onto the spare room floor. And place my ass in the center of this cup. I'll watch you in the shoe. Street lamps have feeding my stomach up way too much, and the night air has flooded my head way above anything else. Is that what they say? Is that what they'll think? Is that what they all know? I'm cold. Yes, so I can fly away. Chances and agendas and late night hotels. With your flowers out there.
Yeah, this is very clashy, for sure. There is like a mono synth in there. Got a little bit of Discharge in there too. The punk band Discharge, not whatever. There's a little bit of the adverts as well in there. It's like a combination. So it's Icicles with a little bit of Buzzcock in there. Hey, if you're an English buzz punk fan, you know what I'm talking about. Still says there's something there. Oh, still going. It's like somebody distorted the output of the compression gear on the drums. I actually love the sound. Yep, that was it. That was a great track. Punk-wise, it just... I don't know, in my head, I always think that punk songs are only like about 2 minutes long and stuff, so I saw it was 4 minutes long. I kind of dug in a little heavier to the arrangements and stuff, and there was a serious bit of synthy, you know, albeit analog era sounding synthy work behind it. But I also like the different approaches in the vocals in there. It wasn't always balls to the wall and stuff like that. It had a very unique melody, albeit kind of smoky dark. But that was cool. Yeah, that was cool. But it did have a little bit of, like, you know, the adverts, like I said earlier, Discharge, Sex Pistols kind of vibe, a little bit of Buzzcock. I guess Buzzcock is still around too. Somebody had mentioned earlier. So, you know, if you ever had, that would be a hell of a show if the Sex Pistols and the Discharge and Buzzcock shared a line, a billing. I'm sorry, I had to go there. It sounded cool, actually. I'm just saying. Who's up next? Liquid in Silco. But by the way, Vex, thank you for that. That was a sick track. Liquid in Silco. This is a band called Hidden Orchestra. And this one is called Wingbeats. This is like a radio edit. Okay. G'day, Jeebs. I struggle between picking the radio version and the song in the 12-minute. Thank you for the radio version. Nonetheless, but mahalo for your donation either way. The whole Wingbeats album is really interesting. The album contains the original song, the radio edit, and then 6 others. I'm glad you dig the work that we do here on this channel. All right, let's do this. Liquid in Silco. Let's go. All right. Love the video footage, man. Bird riding on the updraft. That low bass. I like how the bass came in on the 3. That was really nice. Oh, I really like what's happening here. Oh, that fading out of everything, that little percussion area was great. It's like ambient light jazz. I love the brushes on the snare and everything on the kit. I'm really loving the percussive arrangement on this. is a trippy change, but a great one. I love it. What is being played in the background? I can hear it says something because I can hear him breathing as he's taking his breaths. But what is that? I don't know if it's a bass clarinet. I'm not sure. Actually, that was a great shot in the video, timed in with the music. That was great. Little piano fun going in there. There was a unique movement and soothing aspect of this track, but that forward drive and the way that this pushing forward with the drums, using the brushes and everything, all this slow build. I really enjoyed the fact that when we started to have that build, the drums then came to a little more life around the 2-minute mark and stuff like that, which kind of gave it a little bit more of an intimate sound, because when you have a lot of ambient stuff going on in your head, you're creating space, like you're floating, you're drifting through the universe or the sky or some kind of open scene. But that drum, once it came in with the snare, a little full-handed, and that snare sound was so tight and so crisp and clean and light. It became kind of this. How am I don't know how I'm trying to word this. Not trance-like, hypnotic. Just this hypnotic glide that was going on there. Even when the arpeggiation of the piano was going on there, the nice little melody that's happening there, but it was happening pretty fast. And then there was always, for the last 2.5 minutes, there was this little harp doing an arpeggiation and a pattern through the whole thing as well. And the harp sound always, gives you any kind of sense of flight, sense of lightness, when you hear a harp, So, yeah, badass track. Thank you very much. Let's see who's here. Lateral Tap. You're up next. This is a band called the Marias. Let's see what we got here from the Marias. The song is called Carino. Carino. So, Lateral Tap, this is for you. love that the bass is all in unison with the melody on this, or this part of the arrangement.
Eres una obra de arte, con solo mirarte, algo que da paz. Cariño, eres un amor. Cariño,
Such a syrupy, beautiful voice. Trippy effects on it.
quiero tanto devorarte, esta vez besarte, si es que soy capaz. Cariño, eres un amor. Cariño, pintas en color. Something about you, babe. Something about you,
I like this a lot, man. This has got such a glide to it. Sultry, kind of sassy. I think, who was it? I just noticed somebody left a comment. It's adjacent tame Impala, like SB said. She does have a nice voice.
Pintas en color. Something about you, babe. Something about you, babe. Cariño, eres something about you, babe. Cariño, eres something about you,
Another bass. There's a little bit of Buscabula in this as well. I love some of the synth pads that they were using there in an accent into some of the arrangements. The laid back aspect of this was just so kind of, it definitely had that Tame Impala kind of vibe. There's another band that I'm thinking about right now that actually has that same kind of essence. I don't know if it's, I'm thinking Men at Work, but it's not. It's Men I Trust or something. Man I Trust or something. I caught a track. I don't know. Has that same kind of, you know, vibe to it and stuff. But this was really super cool. Also a little bit of, I don't know, when it was opening up, I was thinking a little Bjorkish and frou-frou-ishy just at the beginning, just for a little bit. I just think when I hear that tone of voice too from a singer, that very in control of that sultry kind of vibe in their tone, it kind of pulls me into that just a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Men I Trust have kind of a similar vibe as well, you know. So that kind of, I was like kind of digging into that. So, all right. Thank you so mucho, Dugo. Thank you very much. I don't know why we Allah. Yes, the breathy Frenchy sound. I guess that's what Beth's way, well, Cairo's way of saying it is. But yes, the essence of that kind of performance. Let's see, Shinjuku 20. Thank you for being patient. If you're still here, your dono's up. Oh my God, my 4th of July donos blew up through the roof. That's always a nice thing. Shinjuku, if you are here, we're doing a band, or maybe this is a composer, Ikara Koshimura, and the name of the track is Nocturne, Phasma Remix. So, oh, she's here, or he's here. I'm sorry, can't, profile names, can't tell the genders. You're here. All right, so here's your song. Let's go. Funny enough, my mind just kind of went to Minecraft for a second. That's a cool observation, the driver. Yeah. It is playing like wind chimes if it was. You know that beautiful drone mode of this track in the ambient vibe. This thing goes all the way through the next change. Very important part of the track. I love her choice of these super digi trap loops. So she's he or she is programmed. Little robot noises. R2D2 just dropped a line in there. Oh no, don't tell me it's over. My goodness, it is over. I swear to God, I was getting so into this. This is the kind of music that I can just totally, arc out into, listen to it in the background. But this composer did a wonderful job with those really super creative, glitchy, percussive loops that were created. Very high end, very heavily compressed. Glitchy is the best way, unless there's any other way to describe it. The kind of programming that was done on it. I also kind of had the feeling at the very beginning, while we had this kind of meandering piano that was just at the beginning with a little bit of a delay and stuff. I'm going, okay, this would be really something, you know, super cool if it kicked and locked and loaded into a pattern. But I was just thinking of that in my head. And then probably about 4 or 5 bars later is when the composer kicked in, you know, a beat that we can hang our hat on. I loved it. I was just sailing. I was just going to sit here and just chill with you guys and listen to it, and it was over. So there was dying. There wasn't enough of it as far as I'm concerned. Here it is right here, guys. If you want to check out this track or save it to your playlist, it's right there. Next up, the Modern Gamer. I think that's who we have here next. The Modern Gamer. And, oh, guys, here we go. Here we go. We are getting into the sins of the father. Metal Gear Solid 5. We got a lot of Metal Gear requests lately. Is it flavor of the month, or is that badass of an OST? Nonetheless, we're bringing it. The Modern Gamer, thank you so much for your dono boost as well and coming over here and hanging out. You ready? Here we go. Oh, Guilty Gear. Sorry, my bad. Metal Gear it is. My bad. Before this gets too much along, is this a DLC? Or is this actually part of the game, for those who know? Theme song, okay. Soothing, great, beautiful, slow build in the arrangements. I love that with the strings. Oh, beautiful, beautiful voice. This has a little bit of that Titanic Gladiator end theme kind of vibe. Gonna stop this for just a second. I know it's gonna go into another phase really quick. I noticed there were lyrics there, but she was just holding off more of the vowels, O's and ahs and stuff like that. That I didn't hear. So I don't quite understand what was happening with being able to see the lyrics and hearing her beautiful soaring voice there. So this is a beautiful track so far, and but I just was a little confused on why there were lyrics below and I didn't hear them sung. Maybe you guys can help me with that. And I love that with the vocals. We're like hearing just the return of the reverb there.
Words that kill. Would you speak?
That was a very unique midsection there. Giving it a little bit of that lift and that pump. I thought it was going to be a little more metally, but they kind of held back on the percussion aspect of it. It's like almost getting epic here. It's like just on the edge of it. So maybe they're saving it for a big bang at the end.
The sands never die. Can't watch the blood on her hands. Let the world fill us all. It's just me.
That super agitated high string arpeggiation. I love that arpeggiation back up in there. Powerful. See, here's where the epic came in. Powerful track. Very unique in the instrumental build of it. Like I said, it was like almost epic, almost, you know, just kind of still clutching it. Obviously, they built it up to the end to give it all to us that way. Apparently, this was, let's see, Kojima's, no, wait a second. What does it say here? I guess there's a couple versions of this. Was there? Trying to see what it says here is the composer. It's not saying who it is. Either way, I think what is it? Akihiro Honda, maybe? That's what it says here. I just popped it up here on Wikipedia. But either way, that whole beginning really kind of pulled me in, at least with my recollection of music from like The Gladiator, Titanic, just with the soaring vocals that she had as she was coming in and getting that, you know, gave us that spaciness, bit of hope and lighthearted opening into it. So obviously the track kept on building and building. I liked how they didn't commit really hard to the bottom end of the track. So in other words, not a lot of like orchestral bottom build, like a la Battle type of, you know, banging percussion going on at the bottom. Even at the out, you know, the last 16 bars or so, when it really all kind of came in, they didn't overwhelm the bottom. So they really kept the focus on the melody pretty significant with the arrangements, even though there were things happening there. There was a really fast little arpeggiation or ostinato, I don't know if it was synthy or not, but in the back. So, but it wasn't the kind of thing that they really thrusted in front of you. They just really wanted to make sure that the power of her vocals was supported with this, you know, the building of her vocals and the building of the tracks at the same time. So, yeah, my bad. What did I call it? Guilty Gear? No, this was Metal Gear, of course. Solid 5. Sins of the Father. Luke, I am your father. Next up, Left for Smurfs. This is a game. This is a Pokemon game. And this Pokemon game is Game Corner. This is from Pokemon Diamond Pearl. So let's see what this is all about. Lurkin. Okay, Retro Gamer, we'll see ya. I don't know if I did, Cairo. I almost feel like I'm in a house of mirrors. This is that kind of vibe. That would be what probably the riff of a guitar would be. A little bit of a neoclassical vibe there. It's like glitchy house. I don't know where this is in the game, but it actually sounds really fun and happy and lighthearted. Yeah, did it loop already? It's almost like if it is looping, it's like modulating. Another modulation. All right, it looped twice already. It's funny because each time all it does is modulate a little bit, like a half step. But this part. This sounds like it's once again because I don't know the basis of the Pokemon game, and there are battles in there. I just don't know that the Pokemon battles are as dark and hideous, let's say, or insidious as I don't know some of the more powerful games when they have boss fights. So it's still lighthearted and fun to listen to. Still energetic and very active in the arrangements, very lighthearted. So what's a casino mini game? Like literally you have to go into a casino? Something like that? Like it's you can't play this on a Nintendo or anything? Or is that, I'm not too sure what that means. Excuse me. But, Pokemon, the last three, I think this is my third Pokemon that I've listened to in the last few streams. And the one thing I'll say is that each one of these Pokemons that I've listened to, they stay very close to a formula. And if it's working, don't change it. Don't go too far extreme on the music compositions and changes of sounds and tones. At least I'm sure there's like 500 more tracks I need to listen to. But at least based on what I've listened to, kind of seems like they stay really consistent. And there's never any heavy darkness per se for too long. If there's a little bit of a darky moment in any of this stuff, where they're getting like a little more darker with the tones and maybe the minors, the kind of flexing on the chords, they don't stay there too long. Even if it's like an aggressive part of the game or the aggressive part of the game, it still has a little, that kind of thing. All right, next up, Just Labs. We are into July 4th donos, guys. I'm going to do Just Labs and SB. Then I'm going to take a break. Then we're going to do some Wheel of Cheese, and then back for some more 4th of July donos here. So Let me see what we got here. This one is from Just Labs. This is called Forgotten People by Thievery Corporation. So, oh, good. I just read your message. Thanks, Just Labs. All right. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. All right. Uh-oh. Hurry up. Get baked. Rip and trip. Right, you know when the sitar guy's wearing glasses, you know where we're going. The tabla is like doing a swing. It's great. My bad. Bongos. I like the delay on there. There's like a half beat delay on this sitar. Getting us into this like yo-hip hypnotic sitar vibe. There's a little pad happening in the background there. Trippy edit there. That was it. That was such a cruising jam. I didn't even look. I was looking at. I just looked at the time at the last second.
Listener-powered KEXP.org.
Here on the Avocado Show. When I was just getting into just the groove of it all. I mean, there was really no outstanding melody and chord changes and movements. This is one of those great tracks. I think Brexter said it best. If you just kick back, put a little nugget in the machine, pull a fatty, and just let it come on kind of thing. You know what you know, if you know what I know. And just chill out, or whatever it is. Whatever it is that you enjoy doing when it's time to really just let the zigzag of the day go. All these references. You know, and you just kind of look out and just listen to this and just let that kind of music, that kind of hypnotic tempo, and just let it glide and just let it get into you. Let it be the backbeat to you letting go. Just like ding 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 ding. Did like the bass player. The bass player was into it, man. I like the fact that he also had some Elvis chops going on here for his beard. I mean, that's just a side conversation, but I sounded great. I loved it. is what I'm saying. Next up, before I take my break, this is going to be for SB. SB, what do we got here for you? We got this is a metal track, and this is called Sirens. The song is Sirens. The name of the band is Windwaker. All right. Oh, she gave us something to read while we listen to this track here, guys. Let's look at that in the chat. See what we got going on here. Let's listen to this. You ready? Here we go. What did I say? Windwaker? God, I suck. Windwaker. My bad. Here we go.
I'm thinking about girls on white horses with angelic voices. They're luring me in with their song. Oh, what could go wrong?
Oh, some nasty guitar tone there.
Soft mist, red leaves, frost lingers on the breeze in my armor. Keeper of the heart keeps me going under. I kinda like it by myself.
This is one of those,
No one else could reach me. I'm no longer the keeper
like they leave the trap hi-hat running through this. It's great.
my mind. Could open up to my soul. Your kind. I'm thinking about girls on white horses with angelic voices. They're luring me in with their song. I'm thinking about boys talking poison, inelegant noises. They scream till their voices are gone. Oh, what could go wrong?
Brad. This is badass. This is really good song construction too on the production level. Really, really good. I just have to put my lean into the fact that I just love the song production in there. They stuck to kind of a formula, in it to a minute to win it. You guys have heard me say that. That means they got into the hook somehow by, minute one. I like the fact that they get there's been like 3 different style transitions through this. In other words, a very clean sound that we're kind of hearing now, except for the grittiness of the guitars. I think the guitars are layered with more of a darker synth that's actually in unison with the guitar playing. Don't know, kind of sounds like it, but tone sculpting nowadays is a whole different beast when it comes to guitars and everything. I mean, it's so post, it's so side chained out. That's not a bad thing. It's just what's happening. And then they get into the more rippy growl, but then that breakdown, shreddy, thally kind of grind into it. They lifted it back out, and as soon as you came out of that heavier, darker part, they kind of 50% pull back on the production and get you ready for the fact that we're coming in for another glassy kind of serving of the hook here.
I'm thinking about boys talking poison, inelegant noises. They scream till their voices are gone. Oh, what could go wrong? I'm left with nothing as the ground lays above me, in a grave with no name. When no one else will remember, forgotten you forever. If I can't die in peace,
Very nice.
pain.
Oh my God. Hey, Jesus.
I'm thinking about girls on white horses with angelic voices. They're luring me in with their song. I'm thinking about boys talking poison,
This is great. Love the bass they're using in that, or the lower. This was great, man. This track, what I loved about it is it gave a really great serving of, like I said, different genres that were kind of well blended. Well, it's their song, it's their genre per se. But the fact that they gave us, they delivered us some of this like hypnotic ambient, you know, trap ambient vibe. Like I said at the very beginning, I like the fact that even though the drums were in, they left the hi-hat of the traps still carry the. And also the transition, the vocalist went through at least 4 different transitions with his voice, his quality and his you know, vocalization. Those when I thought was a breakdown, which was halfway through, paled in comparison to the breakdown like 3/4 of the way through. That was gnarly. That's when I was cutting loose going, fa-la-ma-la-la-fa-la-ma. So, yeah, of course, SB. That was a powerful banger. And a good one, actually, to chill out for a second. I'm going to take a break, guys.